Okay. Yeah, it has been a quite a long time without communicating to each other. But I found some time, there are a number of events that have happened where we had the youth elections, we had the fundraising, we had very many things that have happened before this chance of talking to you again arose. When I look at the time where the people who have shown interest for different political positions being massive was quite something that I really liked and loved, because most of the time you can organize an event and the people don't come up or show up, but then overwhelming number of the people, of the aspirants, that number was meaningful to the struggle. And then the recent certificate or graduation of our colleagues from our school, National Unity Platform School of Academy School, is something very impressive. We had a good remarks from the keynote speaker that was so wonderful, and some of the advices that were given to us we must take as it was provided. We should not see that as an insult. As our president once said, it's just only a fool that takes advice as insults. But I know this is not the kind of people we have in the national platform and the struggle at large. My topic of today is about, are we prepared of what is ahead of us? Yes, are we prepared of what is ahead of us? Because when I looked at some of the colleagues when they were just fighting for who should represent where, who should be there, who should be where, and who should embark, they have forgotten that it is not we, the people who are speaking on social media, who determine who is supposed to stand where and when. It is the people of that area that must stand and make a decision of the leader they want. That's why even you may find that someone was given a ticket to contest as NUP member at whatever position whatever position, but at the end of the day you find that that person is not elected. The elected is someone who was NUP leaning or anybody else. That means that that person was not had no potential to win or to represent the minds of people of that area. What does it tell to us who sit and start to fight and saying so and so is the one who must be given the ticket, blah blah blah? We are fighting on a little thing and we forget the biggest thing. Why? Because our biggest concern this time around is to see that we outsit Museveni. The other time we competed, we won, but we were not declared. This time around, whether we are declared or not declared, it's what we must fight to ensure that we get where we want to go, not to fight for positions. Because even after voting people to power, it's of my wish that the government can get dissolved completely and we have any kind of governance that is bringing up together people, and we reduce on the big expenditure of the political leaders that were going to be elected. So that is not a topic that could be that will be said or communicated by the leaders in the contest of winning, but that could be the best option to do. We must focus on winning. We must focus on spreading the message of protest vote, not the message of who should be where or who should be given the ticket. You know, we must focus. We must look at what is bigger than getting a position to work. Very many people are willing to do whatever it takes to see that we take over this time around. But if we happen to see, or they happen to see people fighting for positions, that means the interest of these people is not to remove Museveni from power. Their interest is to earn tickets and they win positions to go and get money, get salary. They are looking at positions as a source of income to their families and for their well-being. And that is not the case. We are fighting because on a now you are fighting for that one. And you, the leaders who are contesting for these positions, please don't drag people into this kind of useless debates. If you do so, it means you are completely useless. The focus should be on how and the strategies we are going to make to see that we end the Museveni rule. Not fighting for positions, not fighting for tickets. Yes, you can have it because such offices, we using them as shields, because the way they handle me, a mere person speaking, is not the way they handle the councillor, or they handle the honourable member of parliament, the chairperson, the mayor. It's not the same way. Because when you look at the Honorable Mubiru was voted when he was almost taken away from the public and was taken arrested in Communicado. But later on, and another one is contesting for Nansana municipality. They were taken, but because they were elected, they were brought back. But the machete are still there. What am I trying to communicate? Yes, leaders must contest, but they must not contest to die. This is not a contest for positions to see that people get employed. No. This is a contest to get power that you can speak to the authority, and when the law enforcement officers or the kind of thuggery that they have come to arrest you, there is a way at least they can stand and say, oh, this is our leader. So we elect you to be our leaders, not to win tickets to go and get positions to get salary and you better your lives. Like some we gave, and they, instead of serving, they got a chance of flying abroad and they stayed there, and they left the electorates and all the voters not being represented. Those are the kind of people we will see fighting, dying to see that at least they win the ticket, because they know after, when they get a ticket, it is a sure deal, they will get voted into power and they achieve their dreams of maybe traveling, what, you know. That should not be the case this time around, you guys. We must get focused. The protest vote should be the topic to discuss everywhere. We must make sure we push the thing and everyone gets to understand that this is not just a mere election. This is just a struggle where we must get focused. We must not relent at all, so that we need to fight. We need to spread the message. We need to go and awaken people. Whether you were given a ticket or not, you must mobilize. I always see people saying that there should be money given for people who are going to be the polling agents. Yes, because they will not spend their time when they are not feeding. But let me tell you one thing. Actually, it could be better. Not the party. Maybe that is okay. Let me first push it down. It It could not be the party to facilitate those people. It's upon us, the people of that area. Even if it needs to cook food to those people or to buy food for those people, individually we should be buying food to those people. Because like me, I'll be moving around to see how the voting is moving and mobilizing. But those people will be sitting at any given polling station. It is the mandate of the people of that area to feed those people. As we are having the insufficiency of funds, it is now we, the people of Uganda, the people who want to remove Museveni, to see that we facilitate those people. Because when you look at the amount of money that is required, it may not be enough. And we should have volunteers. And those volunteers, they are not volunteering because of NUP, because of His Excellency Kyagulanyi, but they should be volunteering for the better of the country, for the good of this country. You understand what I'm saying? So, whatever we are doing, we're doing that to make sure we put an end to this. This is not just a voting to have a number of MPs, to have a number of councillors. No. You might be voted and you swear in and you go to the offices, but what are you going to deliver at the end? Nothing. You see, even if you look at what you've tried to put pressure, you've tried to put a difference, to put up a difference in service delivery, but it's not significant because the lives of the people have remained the same. It is upon when we have the top seat, where the people are in the executive seat and plan for the country. And the duty of these leaders will be to follow and ensure that these government policies and programs that have been implemented well. Not the councillor to go and do maintain the boreholes, maintain the roads, collect the garbage. No. The councillor should ensure the garbage is collected. Must ensure the council or the leadership of that area has put what is required. And if not, then it goes back, then they go back to the council and they tell. But not the councillor to buy the container, the dustbins that must be put in place. The councillor, where are you getting that money? And how that money will be accounted for? Because it is not coming from the consolidated fund. Where are you getting the money? That's why you end up being corrupted. Because you want to do things that are not of your mandate. A leader is just there to supervise, to monitor, to see the implementation of the policies by the technocrats, but not to come and you just be there, you do everything, blah, 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 by yourself. It is the government, because those people, they pay revenue, they pay tax. And so they pay tax and the government collects as revenue. It is that revenue, it is that tax that is returned to the people to do the work. So we must not be seen as people fighting to go for offices or to acquire offices as a source of employment. I know we have a scarcity of jobs, or we have a problem of unemployment. And when people see this, that he can go to the office and maybe get some deals somewhere, it can work for you. But in my own understanding, things work better when the government is functional. When the government is not functional, with the you have ability to deliver to, when you look at the city, you cannot tell that Harias Lukwago is an incompetent leader. But because the system does not allow him to deliver, he's just there to get money. And you see what is happening even in the parliament. People are there to get money. Okay, someone will say that they speak on this, and they speak on the other one, they speak on the other one. But how much they have spoken about and has been done? You know, that's a question you must be ready to answer. They have spoken, you know, they have exposed a lot of things that were happening in the government, but still people are suffering. Medicine is not there in the hospital. Schools, you see the situation, the roads, the health facilities, the employment, the trade order, everything is completely in a mess. So, I would like to conclude by saying, we must get focused. We must get determined. Look, the government, or is it the government? The regime is not going to relent fighting us. No. Remember, they were fighting us the other time when we had this campaign of a protesting vote. You know how much they fought us, how the life we lost. The time has come that it is upon our capacity now to double the efforts as they fight us, and we should also fight back. But not fight back stupidly. We must be intelligent. We are not going to say, I'm not saying we are going to confront the government and we start to fight with the forces, the military forces, you know. But we must be capable with an effective means to challenge the military force. But when we are divided upon things that the person I was supporting did not get the ticket, so you know, I'm not part of it. So we have our leaders have done so and so. Now this one is bringing us. You must know why you are in this struggle. You are not in this struggle because of His Excellency Bobi Wine. You are not in this struggle because of Honorable Senior. You are not in this struggle because of the Secretary General. You are not in this struggle because of Honorable Waisom Fumbiro. You are not in this struggle because of so and so. You are in this struggle because you want a better Uganda. You are in this struggle because you want to see a Uganda that is working. Some of us have gotten a chance to travel around this world, and we've seen how things are getting done. And by now, as we are speaking home, we must see things getting done. As they are failed to do the things, it is now upon us to see that the things get done. We are going to remove these people and we do the things by ourselves. As we are going to do the things, how are we going to do it? By removing these people. But are we ready? Or we are just fighting? Leave alone these noises you hear and people saying, those people cannot deliver. Let them do. Let them make their own parties. Don't even mind about them. Don't even talk about them. I've never talked about them. Leave them there. We want more of them to accumulate, you know. But we must know the cause as to why we are in this struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, Ugandans, I call upon you all. No, we must know what is good of us. We must know what we are deserving. We must fight right battles. We must fight to ensure that we attain the independence, the justice, the freedom, the democracy we desire, the service delivery we desire. But if we have not defined what we want, we are not going to get it. And we are going to get this by fighting for it. The countries you see that they are a little bit okay, they fought wars. When you look at Japan, after the Second World War, they were completely devastated, but they sat and they designed the mode they're going to move on. They embarked on industrialization. That's why you see in each and every country in this world, at least there is a car made in Japan. When you see 5 cars passing, 2 or 3 of those cars are made from Japan. Are we ready as Ugandans to define what we want and what we are supposed to have? This is the time to fight. This is the time not to be diverted. This is the time we must get focused and we must define the destiny. We must define what we deserve. By fighting for the good governance, we must remove the people who have not delivered, the people who are not delivering. We must go away from all these diversions. You know, they are not taking us anywhere. Spread the gospel, protest vote. We mobilize people, we talk to people, you know, that's the way to go. Not who must be given a ticket, you know, who must contest where. That is nothing. It adds to this struggle nothing. Let the people of the Commission of National Unity Platform do their duties. Ours is to see that we follow whoever they have given us as we guide them. You know, they can be given tickets and they want to go the other way around. Then it remains our duty to say, guys, you are getting lost. We are here. We are in the protest vote. You're not spreading the message of the protest vote. I like when people came up and challenged some of the people who had printed posters and when they had not included the word protest vote. It is by the pressure of the population that people started to indicate on a protest vote word on their posters. That's what is needed of us to do. That is what we must do. Put these people right. And another thing, they were putting our president in a small, tiny picture like this. Then for them, they appear big. But it is us who made those people to make our president appear bigger than even themselves. That's how we must do that, and with the respect, not with the disrespect. We catch up.